Welcome, everyone. My name is Danny Ross, and I'm going to be your host today for the AI Lunch and Learn. Just to give everyone kind of like that level set I like to do on Tuesday calls specifically, we are a pretty big and up and coming growing platform. So it's a lot of fun to see all the new faces, and this thing is really, really kicked off. The first time you land in the platform, you can just, if you are on a mobile, you might have to click this to see the menu system. The first link is the explainer videos, and this is a good place to start. You can see the welcome to the platform kind of video where it kind of gives you a very high level of everything on the platform. You can see a replay of our last AI in 1 hour, and you can also download the Create PDF. And you can see the create method videos, and then you see different ones on the platform. We have an AI sales coach where you can go in and speak to it, just like ChatGPT, where you can ask it a question and get a result. So for example, I asked it to create a little image here, so it did that for me. Here's the link for the brand new people, and you can get the free trial and test out the platform. And then on today's call, what I like to do on a Tuesday call is talk about all the new things that are on here, answer real world questions. So as we go through, if you have a question about something specific, just let me know. I'll also touch on a little bit more for the newbies. Anything here? Let's see. I'm just going through the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. I see Bear is on, Annette, Antoinette, Brian. Welcome. Delinda, Donald, Trice. I hope I got that name right. Pamela, Yvonne, Gila. Welcome, everyone. We have an Ask the Expert section where you can speak to GPTs that are trained on specific things like business and coaching. We have the business formation. Everyone should start with the Big Dream Generator. This is where you basically take the idea of your vision, put it on paper. And so you can fill out 13 quick questions and it'll build this business brief for you. And you can use this business brief everywhere and anywhere on the platform to train up the GPTs and get them understanding your business. And then from there, you can create a lot of fun, different things. So speaking of training up GPTs, any of the new players, if you're brand new, please go ahead and put your domain name in the chat. And I like to do a little demo of one of our tools or two of our tools. So put your domain name or URL into the chat if you're a newbie. And I'll show you some examples of AI building out things like AI videos and things like that. And so please share that in the chat if you're brand new. Content, business formation, the Big Dream Generator, I just showed you that. You can buy a domain, buy an email, business phone number, and then we have a host of content creation tools, and I'll show you some of those as we go along. And new AI apps. We are dropping new apps almost bi-weekly. It's amazing how quickly we get new apps out. So we just launched AI Music Maker. And what's fun about this one is it actually does a pretty good job on certain things. So this will allow you to make an instrumental track. So if you need a background for a video that you're creating, you can pick the style of music, and then you can essentially drop in a description of the music. It's good to put in a mood, instruments, tempo, things like that. So let's do hip hop here. Let's try an example of hip hop. So let's see what it generates. So old school hip hop with vinyl samples and funky breaks is the sample thing to try here. Let's go ahead and kick that off. Generate a 30-second clip. And so for the brand new people, most of the apps are included in the platform, $19.95 a month, which, by the way, is the same price you pay for a ChatGPT Pro account or Claude account or any of these other ones. But you have 90 plus apps in ours. And so most of them are included in that $19.95. If they're not included, they will tell you that you need to use credits. And the nice thing about the credit system is we keep the price low for all of the apps, and then you only pay for the apps that require any additional credits. The credits are cheap. They're $6.99 for 1,000 credits. So you can generate quite a few different things. So let's listen to what it just generated, see what it sounds like. it does not sound like old school hip hop to me. It's got a little bit of a, the hi-hat and snare thing to going to it. Let's generate another one. Let's see if it gets a little closer, because that one definitely does not sound like old school. I see Delinda put her URL. I'll grab that. Again, it's hip hop, but not exactly what I was thinking for old school. I think what we have to do is give it a better prompt. When I give you training on what we call the create method, you learn about the accuracy of your prompting. So you want to give it a lot more detail than that prompt that we gave it. In the create method, you would give it a longer prompt with a lot more information, the tempo, the styling, everything else, the instruments you wanted to use. I want an 808 drum. If you know about music, you can kind of fill all of that in. So anyway, we're not going to spend any more time on that. I just wanted to show you briefly how that worked. All right, let me grab. Yeah, that's exactly right, Donald. It is definitely more 90s than 70s or 80s. Yeah, so when I say, well, you know what? You got a good vote. I may just be old now that I think about it. So for the kids, 90s is old school hip hop. So I stand corrected. The AI is just going with the what is considered old school now is the 90s. My old school is definitely the 80s, and, so okay, I get it. It's an age thing. I love it. Okay, I'll have to be more precise. I'll have to put in there 80s old school hip hop, Sugar Hill Gang, or whatever. Give it some context. And that's what I mean by accurate prompting. All right, we'll move on. So I have Curtis Blow, exactly. So it's kind of funny. It's hilarious. Okay, so let's go back to content creation. So we have several tools here. Hyperrealistic is one of my favorites. This is for creating those images you see all over the internet where it's an AI tool creating these images. So you can see what we've got here. So like, for example, there's an image that was created. What I like about the tool is it's easy to use. You don't have to use complicated prompts. So here's the prompt that was used. I want a black female sitting at a desk smiling. You don't have to know anything about AI, and you can get some pretty good images out of this tool. So there's a perfect example. So that's hyper realistic. We've got scroll stopping. And then today I'm going to show you our friend here, AI video. So let me actually go to the website first. And so very nice header section. Whoops. All right. And so then you kind of see some of the images that are here, and you can go around and kind of look around at the site, Delinda's site. All right, so let's feed this in. Let me actually think about this for a second. When you feed things into your AI, the best thing to do, yeah, I'm actually give it this link instead. And the reason why is AI doesn't look at pictures. And what you want to do is give it a link that it can scan that has lots of information. And this one is actually maybe even better. Let me see which one is better. Let's schedule your call. Yeah, actually, the services might actually be better. So you want to give it a link where it can get lots of text and metadata that it can use to create the video. So this is good for an explainer video, right? So we're playing around with the idea of giving it something that it can use in an explainer video. All right, so in the AI video creator, you can go into the advanced settings. You can upload your logo. You can pick languages that you want to use. You can pick what kind of style photo you want. You can pick music that you want to use. And by the way, that new tool, you can create a music track, and then you can pick a voice, and there's lots of voices. You can play around with it.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
So one of the voices I like to use is Sarah. She works for. And then you can pick a color. For green is the color here. So we'll go with green that you like to use. A mellow green. You can pick portrait or landscape. That's it. You can basically create a video with just that. So let's go ahead and start it off with that. All right, while that's working, let me go back here. Now, what I would recommend you do to get a better video is go here under the Big Dream Generator, And you should basically grab the business big dream generator, fill that all in, get your business brief, take your business brief over to AI sales coach, drop that in here, definitely by next week. It's a new way to have agents do lead generation for you, including qualifying your customers and then inviting them to one-on-one calls and things like that. It's going to be absolutely awesome. All right. So what you can do is you can feed your big dream generated business brief into the AI and tell it what you want. So for example, in this case, I need a 90-second VSL. It knows what VSL is. It's a video sales letter to promote my website, right? So you give it that information of what you want. Again, you can be very descriptive and write a long prompt, but for our purposes today, I'm just giving it a very short thing. One of the ways you train up AI is you give it information, right? So it took in that information that I just gave it, and it's just grabbing it and putting it in, right? So now I'll tell it what I actually wanted to do before I accidentally hit enter. I need a 90-second VSL script. So now it's going to go off and work on that. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So it does not look like it did one. And I know why. Delinda, is your website a database-driven website, CMS, like WordPress? You can answer in the chat. So when you run into that problem, you just grab this and do that and grab the text from it. And so I'll go back here now and I will still go back to AI Sales Coach. And it did that example that I just asked it to do. And I will actually grab it for me. You're on Wix? Okay. Yeah, I think you're still using CMS approach, which, by the way, is fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that the AI is not able to sometimes grab some of those details. So I need a 90-second VSL for my business. Here is my info. Whoops. There we go. All right. So we basically, all I did was an old school copy paste. This is an example of what I meant by now it's creating a descriptive way of what we want in each slide or scene. And so this is a much better way. So again, take your business brief, feed it into the AI sales coach, and it will give you that VSL. So it's a better way to approach it than just putting in the URL. Because in the URL, you'll get just kind of like, hey, this is a good enough kind of thing, right? It'll still work. Trust me, it's magical to watch it work. Now I've got the script, and now we'll go to build out that VSL again, give it one more shot. But instead of putting in the website, just the URL, we'll go here, drop in text, drop that in there. So now we have the script of what we want to include. And we still go in and change some of the advanced settings because we don't want to use the default voice, for example, which is Adam.
Welcome to our AI-powered.
It's everywhere. So I change up the voice, and you can wander around here and play the different voices and see which one works for you personally. I've got a totally new app that I'm going to show you in just a second while it's building this one. You're going to really like this new app. It's a lot of fun. Let's try it again. All right, it's on its way. Hopefully this time we'll have success. It's building it out. All right, let's go look at another new app while it's building that. Here's another one. This one is called AI Video Avatars. This is going to be a big hit in the platform. So the way that it works, if you're going to create a new one, I'll play you some of the one that I just started playing around with. So you take a script, anything that you generate in AI sales tools or wherever you want to create it. You have a script, and then you're going to pick an avatar, and I'll show you how to do this process in just a second. So I'm going to go right back here, and I'm going to grab this text here. I'm going to hit this prompt here so you can kind of listen to it. Watch this.
What if I could hand you a proven system that gets your website and funnels recommended by AI engines like ChatGPT, Alexa, and Gemini? a system that drives free organic traffic, generates leads on autopilot, and creates sales exactly when people are searching for answers. Sounds incredible, right? But it's possible and it's happening right now. Imagine this. Every time someone asks ChatGPT, Alexa, or Gemini for
All right, I think you guys get the idea. So I'm having to do a promo for the new platform, AEO Biz, that I'm about to launch. So what did you guys think of that new tool? Let me know
they
in
get
the front. And so you can create
they,
it. So this one, for
they get
example, is
prioritized by
the same character, but just a different style. First of all, it's landscape instead of up and down. And so this one is the same character.
they get prioritized by the most powerful AI engine.
So you have it reading the script. So again, to me, the portrait version works smoother and better. So again, you play around with it and determine which way you want it to go. So let's go back to the dashboard for a second. Let me show you how to create one. So if you would grab your script and you would bring it over to create this new avatar. So this is also known as UGC or user generated content. So you see these in all of your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, in the Reels section, you see them everywhere. So you can now generate your own within the platform. If I can get back here. Oh, okay. So it's done with the 90-second video. Let's take a look at it. I'll go back to the tool, I promise. I'm not going to forget you guys. All right, let's go ahead and listen. I don't know if Zoom is slowing things down here or what. Come on. It's not like I'm asking it to generate something. I'm just asking it to play. All right, let's do it. Let's do plan B. Let's grab this here. And I think the LLMs are on lunch. When I play with AI, 90% of the time you can tell if something's going on in the back end just by how responsive it is. So like if you ask any AI, ChatGPT, Claude, it doesn't matter, to do something and it's just spinning, then you know something is going on. Unless you're doing what they call deep research mode, you should get some sort of reply almost instantly. If you see it spinning and it's just taking its own sweet time, that means that either the LLM fell asleep on the task that you were asking it to do, or it's super busy and you're just not going to get a response immediately. Best bet is to just refresh, restart your browser, walk away for 10 minutes and come back. A lot of times, any of the issues that are going on will be resolved by something as simple as that. And obviously, let me try this. Let's try, well, I do want to get that one video, but I can also go into one of my other backends. I have probably 10 different logins in the platforms, so I can show you lots of different ways to get into the platform. By the way, while I play with this and try to get this straight, if anybody has a question, please go ahead and drop it into the chat. I'm happy to multitask, see if I can get your question answered while I fight with the AI backend to get back into some of these toys. If you guys have questions that I can answer for you with a one-on-one session, I'll share my calendar for that as well. Hey, it's coming back. I love it when it comes back. Technology is really, really fun. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes not so perfect. All right, so let me grab my calendar link here. I'll drop it in the chat if you want help with getting your white label built out. And we offer done for you services where we'll build out your white label for you. We've got 3 VAs that can help you do that. Now, I wonder if we're having any LLM outages. It's really fun when you have like an entire LLM outage and you go ask the LLM, hey, are you awake? Are you down? And you're like, yeah, all right, I'm having trouble. All right, so there we go. It's coming back up. Technology is a wonderful thing. All right, so that is back up. Let's see if we can get the video to work now. I'm gonna go back here. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Discover a world where your design dreams come to life, perfectly matching your lifestyle. Our flexible services mean you get exactly what you need, whether it's a quick update or a full transformation. With an exclusive range of cabinets and stunning 3D designs, your kitchen and bathroom will be beyond extraordinary. Expert consultations ensure every color and material is tailored to create harmony in your home. Begin your design journey with us and watch your space transform into a true reflection of you. Schedule your call now and let's start making your dream space a reality.
I'll show you in a second how to make edits and changes. Let me go here and grab this one, and I'll bring it down for you guys. So whoever, you can grab it. Delinda? I want something like that. Exactly. This is really fun. So I'm going to download this here so that you can get it. Let me go into the folder. You'll drag it over to the chat. And so there you go. I'll drop it in there for you, Delinda. All right, so you can go ahead and just to show you how to edit it, you can go in and you can have it, just regenerate the whole image that's here by clicking this second button. Anything you type here, the AI will read. You can download the media that it's created. You can put it into one of the other AI tools and make changes to it and upload it. You can also upload your own images. It has to be 20 megabytes or less, but you can upload your own images. For example, this one here, if you wanted to change the ethnicity of the couple, just take that particular prompt into hyperrealistic and say whatever you want it to demo. So like if we downloaded this image, for example, and so again, you can type in whatever you want it to do. You can add scenes to it, make the video longer, right? You can put in more data, contact us at, put in your phone number. So you don't want to put in an address or anything crazy like that, but phone number is fine. Of course, you could just have at the end of it, have it display some other banner or whatever. So you can do whatever you want with the video. It's yours to create and modify. But for example, I just downloaded that one image. I could go in under content creation and new AI apps. We have one called conversational images. And with conversational images, you can click on a specific AI tool, a specific image that you've already gotten. You can grab it and say something like, change to a Black couple or Asian couple, Indian couple, whatever you want to target. And then you can tell it, hey, that's fine. That was close, but I want you to change it for me. And it'll go off and start running that. Well, it's close enough. It's at least a diverse couple. So you got the Black, but it did change the female. So it didn't quite, I could say Black, female, and male, right? To be precise. I teach in my class, if you want the AI to give you back what you really want, you have to be very precise. So I should have said Black, female, and male in there, smiling. But the idea is that it just made that one change very easily. And so you just iterate on it until you get exactly what you want. AI never gets tired. That's one way to do that. Back to the video, the new tool. So let me show you how that works from the beginning here. So I'm going to go back into our AI video avatars. You hit the create button. I have no idea why the text link. By the way, this says create a new project. I have no idea why the link is blue. So my dev guys, they definitely are colorblind or something. All right. So you drop in your script of what it is that you want the AI to say. All right. So this is where it gets really fun. So if I go back to our AI sales video here, and I've got that 90-second VSL, right? I can grab the information from here. And by the way, you can have the AI, let's see, I'm gonna grab it anyway. Let's see, remove directions. Oops. I can't type today. This tool is free, so have as many iterations as you want. All right, so I have the script that I just created. And so what I want to do is take all this stuff out because we don't want the AI going voiceover. We just want it to read the script. And so it doesn't need the visuals. It doesn't need any of that stuff. So this is why I was telling the AI to delete all of this so I don't have to do all this manual editing. This is one of those days where you got to do things yourself. If you want to get it done, what's that old saying? You got to do it yourself. But this will still be a good video. So what I'm doing right now is I'm creating the script without any of the other text and things being read. But it's good to have this because one of the things you can do is there's another tool in the AI called AI Movie Editor. And so you can actually go in and add all of these images, right? You create the image in hyperrealistic, for example, and then put the image in as B-roll. As the AI is reading the script, you would have these different images in the background, or you could take the AI and combine it with like AI video editor that we just did, right? And so schedule your call now. This is perfect. I love it. All right, so we got this. And so we have this here. So this is, now we've got the basic script of what we want to say, right? And now we can go to, what we do? We put the company name in here. What was the name of the company? We should put that in there at least. Delinda Davis Design. Oh, okay, perfect. So let's add that to the top of it. Let's see. Put that here. Delinda Davis Design, right? And so now we have that at the top. So now we'll continue to voiceover. And so you got a couple different ways. You can choose a voice or you can upload audio. So that's two ways that you could get the voice in there. So we'll choose a voice. Whoops, let's go down here and pick a voice. Moving the whole window. Sorry about that. So we have a whole host of voices and you can preview.
Over 500 stories told.
And the voices are actually pretty decent.
Well, well, Mr.
I don't think I would use that one, but yeah, there's a lot of decent voices in here. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for the same one that I used. Well, here we go. Let's pick her. So that's Brenda. It's generating. So basically it's reading in the text, obviously, and applying it to the voice model. So, wow, the AI is definitely slow today. So we'll give it a few more seconds, see if it comes back. So what you would do next is pick your avatar. You would tell it to generate, and it would generate similar to the video that I just did. So the idea behind this new tool is, oh, and by the way, you can also upload an image that you want to use for your own avatar and have it create a whole new avatar for you. That does require a $4.99 a month subscription. So think of it this way. There's lots of tools out there that do this, HeyGen, Synthesia, but they're all much more expensive than $4.99 a month. So the idea within the platform is, yes, there's a charge and an upcharge or whatever you want to call it for additionally above your membership, but for $20 a month, you get access to all the free ones. And then for the individual ones that are a little bit more, you only use them if you want to. You never have to pay for anything you don't want to pay for. It tells you how many credits it's going to use and so on and so forth. So you really do have complete control over your spending in the platform. So I try to be as democratic as I can be with these new tools as to how much they cost and all those types of things. All right, let's continue on to the, oh, I forgot to play it.
Welcome to Delinda Davis Design, dreaming of a space that truly reflects your taste and life.
Perfect. All right, let's go on to the next one. So this is where you can pick whether it's a square image, a landscape image, a portrait image. So that's the shape of the video that it's going to generate. So for example, if you pick this one does show a little bit of cleavage on the square one. I don't know why they designed her that way, but that's the way they designed her. You might find it a little distracting if you're doing a professional website. So I usually use something her this way, or you can use landscape. What I found is I think the facial expressions on the landscape is a little glitchy. I think the portrait ones are rock solid. So I would recommend that for that particular avatar. But like I said, you can also upload an image of your own avatar. So again, something you can test and play with. And then once you have that done, you go to the next step, which is, again, I've chosen this avatar to go with the voice. I think it's a good match. And you just have to play around with the voices to find which ones you kind of like. And so now we've got this one. And you go back in here. And by the way, if you want to change the script, you just go back to the script and edit and change it over until you get to where you want to be. And so let's go ahead and generate that AI spokesperson. It tells you how many credits it's going to use at the bottom, and you're on your way. All right, so that one is working. If you have more questions, please drop them in the chat. So that's 2 new tools for just this week. For the really new people that are sitting here being confused, there are tons and tons of apps in here. New ones come out every couple of weeks, and I try to go through which are the new, and just touch on those. But again, go back to the previous videos to see any of my older classes so you can kind of catch up as to where we are under the AI Lunch and Learn, which we have 3 times a week. Tomorrow's session, I try to do a more sales and marketing kind of conversation. So I might give a little preview of the new AI lead generation tool. It's called AI Lead Biz. And I also have another tool called AEO Biz, which I'll be dropping as well. So that's where I was having my avatar kind of promote that new platform as well. So these are new things that are coming. I think the AI Lead Biz is going to be the most impressive simply because it allows you to take a list of contacts, whether you buy a new list or you have an existing one. If you have existing customers, it works well on that as well. And you can basically give it a prompt or a task. And so, for example, I was testing over the last week. If you're an existing customer, you probably saw and got an email that said something like, "How's Bill Biz treating you?" And your name. This is all AI generated. And what's fun is it creates a unique subject line for each person. And then in the conversation, it'll say, "Are you happy?" And if you say, "Yes, I'm happy," and why, and then it'll go back to you and say something like, "Hey, would you like a one-on-one call?" I have it designed, I had told it in the prompt that I created not to be pushy, not to have it be annoying. So let's go back here to the goals for a second. We are definitely, Houston, we have a problem. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's refresh everywhere. It's an AI. I wonder if we're having a big outage. I'll have to go test that after the call. Last time that ChatGPT, the LLM went down, it definitely affected everybody everywhere. Yep, see, it's not even pulling back the goals, much less showing me it. Let's see if I go back here. Trying to see. I only have one goal running on this, so it's definitely not an issue with power. Power, more power. So this is working again. All right, let's see what we get. And it's thinking about it. What's frustrating is it's not completely down. It's just slow. And so slow that it is failing occasionally. Send an email to users who have been subscribers for at least 30 days. Send a short, personalized message, no longer than 2 to 3 sentences. Use a casual. This is what I mean by a good prompt. It's specific, tells me what I want. I want them to use friendly tone, use their first name, use a catchy email, ask them if they're happy with the Build Biz platform. If so, why? If they answer happy, create a short sample positive review, including any of their comments. So it's going to incorporate their comments and ask them if it's okay to post on the website. Secondly, if they are happy, ask them if they're interested in a one-on-one session, right? So accelerate a program. And then if they're not happy, it does the opposite. It suggests support at Digital Express so I can reach out and find out what their problems are. And then I tell it if they do respond yes, go ahead and book an appointment. It has access to my calendar, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday, Friday, blah, blah. And so it'll go out and do that. And so if it's creating that flow, what's great is number one, it writes a unique email to each person. if it says open the email, it'll tell me how many people opened the email. It tells me if they're happy or if they're not happy. And so then it'll send back an email saying, great, you're enjoying the platform. And then it'll continue back and forth until it sets an appointment. So here's one of the ones that it did set a calendar, right? And so you could see if they want a calendar meeting and they don't want a calendar meeting. It's really fun because, again, I'm not doing this manually. It's doing this by itself. And the goal is to create a fully agentic automated lead gen system that's going out there, setting appointments for you and building in. So for example, if you have a lead gen that you're running an ad, it can take in all of those responses from the ads and move them through the sales funnel for you. This is going to be a really powerful feature for small and medium-sized businesses because, again, you don't have to take time from your busy schedule to go set appointments. It has your calendar. It can do that for you. It can touch your customer base, see if they're happy, they're not happy, making sure you're keeping up that stuff that you should be doing, but you don't have time to do. So that's a lot of fun right there. So this is where, you can really jump into the conversations where here's a perfect example of the AI power. I had it send a test email as part of this process, and because this is all test emails, but you guys are going to get them anyway. But my point is, it's went to set an appointment. It suggested 2 to 3 p.m. as one of the time slots. I had my wife send back 2:30 p.m. And so wanted to see what it would do if I didn't agree to its time slots. It just said, sure, no problem. We'll make it from 2:30 to 3:30. And that's what I mean by AI, because you want it to be smart enough, agentic AI, make it smart enough so that it will make those changes without you manually having to do it. So here's the flow, right? So how are you doing with the platform? Yes, I like the platform. And so that was her comment that I can now use on the website. Yes, you can share my comments. There's the 2 to 3 p.m. one. And then I've scheduled a meeting for, 6:30 UTC. I'm going to fix that where it's showing UTC time, but that's essentially 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And so it kind of went back and forth. So it's did all of that without me touching it. So absolutely love it. All right. So this is going to be coming soon kind of element. And I'm testing. It's got a great open rate because I'm just testing it with my customers. 58% for anybody who does lead gen. These are great open rates, reply rates, things like that. Hey, it's done it this time. All right, let's get this here. Technology is wonderful when it works. I love technology, by the way. You can probably tell. Let's see what we've got for Delinda.
Welcome to Delinda Davis Design. Dreaming of a space that truly reflects your taste and lifestyle? Whether it's a small refresh or a complete home overhaul, start with us. As your designer, you need a simple layout? We've got it. Want in-depth collaboration? I'm here to partner with your team for the best results. Beyond design, I'm a cabinet dealer offering a curated selection from budget-friendly to luxurious brands. We specialize in kitchen and bathroom designs, remodel services, and full home makeovers, all visualized in stunning 3D. Our material and paint consultations ensure your space is harmonious and inviting. From entryway to bedroom, achieve a seamless design flow throughout your home. Your dream design journey begins with a conversation. Schedule your call now and let's create spaces that reflect who you are.
You can write your own script and you can upload it. So the purpose of this is I oftentimes, like if you watch the one that I have on my website that I did a long time ago before we had the 3D version, I essentially said, hi, I had her say, hi, I am Sarah, created by CEO Danny Ross. Right up front, I let people know this is an AI generated image and an AI generated video. So I'm not trying to hide the fact that it's AI generated. As far as it sounding fake, this is where you could take the audio, you can run it through either the humanizer, if you want to take the script and run it through the humanizer, or you can take the audio itself and run it through an equalizer. And by the way, you have both of those available in the platform. So you can humanize the look, feel, and sound of it a little bit more. So again, it's an editing thing and it's a tweaking thing. So don't be put off by using AI for certain purposes. So the purpose of this tool is for you to create AI tools that help you with your business. So you have to pick which ones fit your business philosophy, your business model. Does it fit your industry? Because the idea is if you want to pay a real person to make this video, you're gonna have to pay them. It may have cost me $6. Actually, it didn't cost me $6. It probably cost me less than $6. And I have something that I can run. Let's say I've got an event coming up or a promotion I'm running. I could take this avatar, run that promotion on Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever I want to post it, and have that done in what time? How long do you think it took us? 10 minutes? Versus finding somebody, writing a script, hiring somebody, have a production team come out and video it for you. So it's all relative, whether it's, how much do you need perfection versus you want to get something quick and up. And besides, most people on Facebook are scrolling. And so they're very short attention span. So a quick 30-second ad like this is 53 seconds actually, 53-second ad that you produce for $10 that you can get onto TikTok Reels or whatever and get it up there tomorrow versus a week from now promoting your business. That's what the purpose of this tool is. Okay, so hopefully everybody kind of wrap their minds around that. Okay, so let me drop this into the thing for Belinda. And yes, Belinda, I'll send you a bill. Delinda, sorry, Delinda with a D as in Danny. All right, cool. That's in there. All right, so here's the deal. Those are the new tools. Any more questions? Don't forget, come to the other Tuesday next week, 7 p.m. I'll put the link in again. This is for all the new people, and we'll do some actual AI training during that one, get you up and going. Cool, cool, cool. So this is all inclusive in the platform. Some of them do have a little bit of an upcharge for the new tools. This one here, this AI super agent, absolutely fantastic tool. I've been playing with it. I love it. It's got a lot of fun things, including we've added memory management. So now it can remember things from thread to thread. We added, well, this was already in there, automation. So you can have it do a certain task, right? Like this one here, I have search the internet, find 5 news stories, what's new about AI agents, write a news blog and 5 stories, create a hero image in line with 2 more in the story, send the blog post to Danny at digitalexpress.ai. I can also have it post it automatically to the blog if I don't want to review it first. A lot of times I like to review it. And so you can set that up weekly and it'll do that and boom, it'll run. So that's an example of automation with AI. And again, I have people say to me, well, it cost me $3 to do that. And I'm like, well, how much is your time worth? I know my time is worth more than $3. So I can have it go run that task and come back and give me a finished blog post that I can tweak and edit and then put it up, run it through Humanizer or whatever. You can also create custom tools where you connect to different APIs. If you don't know what an API is, don't worry. But if you do know what an API, you can decide on, have it run a connection, pull something so it can do what's called a get. You can have it post something, put, delete, and patch. So if you don't know what those are, don't worry about it. If you do know what that is, that's a lot of fun to be able to have an AI agent be able to do those things for you. Have you decided on the 4-hour boot camp? Good question. Answer is we're working on it. And I promise you'll be the first to know. I'll update you guys on it. I got something in the works for the next couple of weeks. It's going to tie into the launch of the new tools that I'm going to be launching. So yes, I'm very close on it. All right, cool. Anybody else have any questions I can answer for you today? Again, new tools. AI Music Maker, new tool, AI Video Avatar, and these are just launched.
Welcome to Delinda Davis Design.
We just did this one for Delinda a couple of minutes ago for people who just jumped on. This is completely new, fun toy, and you can drop the script in here. And
welcome to Delinda Davis Design. Dreaming of a space that truly reflects your taste and lifestyle? Whether it's a small refresh or a complete home overhaul, start with us.
I left out the training or videos.
Oh, more training on white label.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the question that Bear was just asking. Bear is David Allen, by the way. He was just asking about our 4-hour boot camp. So we're putting together a 4-hour boot camp. It'll probably be on the weekend. where we can sit down for 4 hours and walk through how to create a white label from scratch and kind of teach you the functionalities behind the scenes. It is a somewhat complicated task, and so we do have different pieces of the puzzle over the weeks of training that are in here. But it'll be nice to sit down and just focus on that one thing, how to create a white label from beginning to end. So I will definitely do that. And then if not, in the interim, I'll send you some links to some previous video training that we have done on white labels. That might be a shortcut while we keep working on the dates to get that going for everybody. All right, so
Okay.
I might do a little bit of both. I'll make a note to myself in my already insane schedule. Let me just make a note here.
Yeah, I've seen one. So, but if there's more that I missed
Yeah.
until you
And
date that
and I'm also updating. By the way, do you come to our Thursday classes?
last Thursday I was there, and I
Yes,
signed
that's right.
I
Yeah.
signed I signed up after that class.
Okay, perfect. So this is the Thursday for everybody else is where we focus on white label. So there are 4 ways to make money on the platform, at least 4 ways. So the first one is very simple. You get a link. This is free. You get this immediately once you sign up, and it takes you out. We'll have your name, and people can sign up to join the platform, and boom, you make 50%. You don't have to do anything, no customization required. The second way is to actually sign up for our white label program where you're now going to resell the entire platform and you unlock that. It's $27 a month. So you go from being just a user of the platform to being able to resell it. And that means you can change the logo, change the colors, change the icons, change which apps are available. You can determine if the apps are going to be free or if they cost money. So you have complete control over every aspect of it. So the people who have already signed up for the white label, we have a special Thursday session where white labelers can kind of get together and share issues and talk about their strategies and things like that. Once you become a white labeler, you can also make money by selling all of the different products and not products, but all of the different apps on here at your own price point, whatever you want them to be. And then the fourth way is you can also create roles where you upsell people into other things where you actually do build out their websites for them, which by the way, we do. We can build out your website. We can build out your white label. So lots of done for you services available. We've got 3 VAs that can help you. But all of those things are available. And let's see. Yeah, no, Barry, yes, I do provide one-on-ones. He was asking about that. So, yeah, and we do provide one-on-ones. And so that's one way to reach out to me. So that's if you have some strategy questions and do you want us to build it out? I've had 2 calls this morning already with people who need help. They started down the path of doing it themselves and then decided this is too much work. If you're a busy entrepreneur, you don't have time. It's one of those, you either use your time or you use a resource like money. As a busy entrepreneur, sometimes there's certain things you don't want to take the time to do yourself. You can hand it off to somebody else. That's what VAs were made for. So we can get a VA up and running on your white label and get you going as quickly as possible. So you can go onto the task of actually making money. I gotta go. Got another call. You gotta love this business. It's so busy. It's just taken off. AI is everywhere. So if you're looking for a side hustle or you're looking for an actual full-blown business, it's pretty darn good. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.